Hi everyone, Dr. Lauren Brem, and today I want to talk about married men. So there's this big myth that married men want sex and married women don't want sex with their partners, and the married men are always trying to get sex from their wives, and or they don't want to have sex anymore with their wives because they've become these like unattractive, overweight mothers and they've lost desire. Well, what I'm seeing in my practice currently are a lot of women and also some men reporting the opposite that, you know, I've seen a couple gorgeous women this week and their husbands just don't want sex with them, don't initiate sex with them. Sometimes occasionally they'll have sex with them, but these women don't feel desired, they don't feel wanted. It's really, really painful for them that their partners don't want sex. And if they want to be loyal to that relationship, they have to figure out how to get that need met and how to reframe that for themselves so it feels okay. I also have a male client right now that says he just doesn't have desire to be with his, they're about to get married. But, I see this all the time. I have another male client I can think of, and he very infrequently wants sex with his wife. He just doesn't have the libido for it. I see a lot of different situations. I do see men who want more sex than they're getting. I see men that are cheating. I see men that are faithful. I see all kinds of different things. But what I really wanted to talk about today was to bust open this myth that married women don't want sex and the married men do, because I'm talking to these married couples where that's not the case. And what I really see and what I think is so important to understand is we like to say, oh, sex is just sex, you can overcome it, it's not important. You feel this desire when you're young and then you grow out of it. No, like humans want sex. They want to feel desired. They have desire. We have sex drive from birth until death in different forms. And, we want to be sexual. And if our partner doesn't want to be sexual with us, that's really hard. And I often get asked the question, what do I do? And I say, well, if you value sex, you're going to have to negotiate that with your partner or end this relationship. And negotiating can be, hey, what, is there some, starting the conversation. Is there something you need from me? Is there something you're resentful of? Is there some way that I'm upsetting you that you don't want to have sex with me? And then, starting to see what would you be open to doing? Because maybe they don't want to have the sex that you want to have, but they're open to something else. And maybe that sex will lead to something else. Or maybe they don't want any sex with you at all, but they'll give you permission to open the marriage or, do some other thing. And so, you can negotiate that. And especially if there are children involved, people often want to stay married. And, the other option is to end the relationship if sexuality is important to you. And I think some people think this is really extreme. Like, why would I end a perfectly good relationship because the sex isn't there? But sex is more than just sex. Sex itself is important, but having sex is about feeling this physical expression of love and desire and connection and attachment. And it's so important as humans. We can't just pretend that hunger, that need isn't important. And I think we've been told it shouldn't be important, and we've been told it's something to be ashamed of, which would make it really not important. But I just want to give you permission for sex to be important to you, for you to have those conversations with your partners. And for those of you that aren't married, to just remember that like marriage isn't this perfect thing that everybody found their happily ever after and their Prince Charming or their queen and they're, having fabulous sex. I mean, people have more sex when they're married, and there are a lot of great marriages out there. I'd love to hear those stories too. But it's just really important to remember that it's not this happily ever after ending. It's something you have to really work at, and you got to work at all the stuff, that's going to come up. Value systems that crash and boundaries and all the things that go with money and raising children, and then all those things can affect your desire to have sex with your partner if you're angry and all of that, or if you feel like they've shamed your body. And our relationship with ourselves is where our sexual desire comes from. So if we don't feel sexy, if we don't feel good about ourselves, we're not going to desire our partners in many cases either. And this is what I think is happening to these women, gorgeous women, sexual women. Their partners are like, I don't want to have sex, and that's their own issue that they need to work and heal. So anyway, if you want to do that work, you want to do that healing, please reach out and book a session with me. I would love to take that journey with you. And thank you for everyone for joining us. And please like and subscribe to this channel if you can. I really want to bring you accurate sexual information. As a sexologist, this matters to me. As a sexual coach, this matters to me. As an educator and just as a human, I want other humans to know the truth about who we are and sex and feel good about themselves. Okay, guys, until next time, bye.